one of the hardest desserts. And hopefully I am successful at it, because I've always wanted to try one. We're going to do chocolate souffle. And I got this recipe off of All Recipes, but changed it up a bit and doubled it. I'll put the link down in the description just so you know, so you guys see it. I think it's Chef John or something like that. But he's got some good tips, and in the comments there were some good tips on it. So we're going to try putting these tips together and see if a beginner can do chocolate souffle. First thing you got to do, preheat your oven 375. Line a rimmed baking sheet with parchment paper. And then we're going to butter and sugar our ramekins, which we're going to put the souffle stuff in to make the souffle.
It's called mix.
Huh?
It's called mix.
Yes, I know. It's called mix. Actually, it's called
batter.
Sauce.
Oh, sauce.
Or something like that is the sauce or base. I can't remember. Is the chocolate mixture. And then, I don't know. There's special things that they call it in culinary school or something. But I'm calling it mix, I guess. I doubled this recipe. I'm going to read it on here as a single recipe, which is for making 2. We just happen to have 4 people. Doubling it's not a problem. But you're going to need a teaspoon of melted butter and 2 tablespoons of white sugar. I believe that's going to be for your ramekins. 2 ounces of 70% dark chocolate broken into pieces or chopped. A tablespoon of butter, which is separate from the original one. 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. 4.5 tablespoons of cold milk. Pinch of salt. Large egg yolk. 2 large egg whites. My washer is done. A pinch of cream of tartar. And tablespoon of white sugar. It says divided. I don't know if that, maybe that was for the ramekins. Now I'm confused.
Shouldn't be, because it's a separate.
I don't know why it says divided. Okay, so we're preheating our oven. Got that done. We got our lined rim baking sheet. We're going to brush these lightly with 1 teaspoon melted butter. Yeah, and then add this exactly. So I don't know what the whole thing is about.
We'll see.
Divided, but whatever. Okay, so we're just going to do this. And somebody in the comments said that if you brush the butter going upwards, that it helps your souffle rise. I haven't got a clue if that's accurate, but hey, it doesn't take much to do, so.
Dumbest thing I ever heard. But
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But kind of just naturally what I would do to do the sides anyway.
It's easier to do it that way.
Yep. If you need more butter, get more butter. Oops. Don't throw it everywhere like I do. Now these ones are about the 5-ounce ones. We've got a couple of larger ones too. Again, just figuring it out as we go along and using what we have. Okay. Buttered.
Don't worry about it.
Dang. Pour some sugar in there. Pour some sugar in there. Get myself demonetized. Well, not monetized anyway, but anyway. So we're going to do a couple of things at the same time here. We're going to melt the chocolate over a double boiler. I've got a pan over there with some water in it, with the bowl. A pan over there with some water in it with a bowl on it. And we're going to put the chocolate in, and we're going to melt that. And we're also going to get a roux going in a skillet, so we're going to take our butter and our flour and our milk. We're going to melt the butter first. We're going to put the flour in it till it thickens. Then we're going to put in the milk. So that's what we're going to do now. Butter in there. I need my flour and my milk on standby.
Here. Put them over by the microwave. And the milk. Go ahead. Put the milk behind the flour. And don't burn yourself.
Butter all melty.
What?
Just, nothing, the TV.
I wasn't paying attention to it.
Chocolate's melting all nice.
Yeah, it is. So you're making like a gravy, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what a roux is what you start most sauces with, and like gravies and stuff. You do your butter and your flour and whatever you're going to put in it. I'll take that last bit of butter and then get my flour in there. So I haven't made gravy in a while. I don't know, it said to do it till the mixture thickens. How thick you think thickens is?
I think it's thickened. Turn it down some.
Yeah, it's kind of getting low.
Yeah, I'll turn it down on low.
It doesn't. I don't think it says to add the milk in a certain amount at a time.
Yeah.
I just realized I didn't know.
It just makes it easier that way. It's entirely up to you when they don't tell you. Yeah, I'll take that.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure almond milk wouldn't have worked with it. But now this is supposed to thicken, I believe.
Might have to turn it back up a smidge. There.
Alright, so we're adding in our milk mixture into the chocolate. I obviously forgot I was making a video. That's about all I can get out with the thing. Ah. I'm dope. Okay, mix that in. Smells nice and chocolatey.
Okay, now you add
Combined.
your salt,
We're going to add our salt.
your egg yolks.
I'm going to mix in the salt
Yeah,
first and
okay.
you see how hot this is, because somebody did say not to have it be too hot when you put in the egg yolks. Oh, that's not too bad at all.
And then it says to put it over the hot water to keep it
warm.
warm while we do the egg
Scoop
whites.
everything back down towards the center.
You need a spoon.
Might.
This is usually the best one for scraping.
Oh yeah, it's got an edge. I like that. Kind of right there for now.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's not going to cook the eggs, the egg yolks.
Right, so we're going to go ahead and add our egg yolks. I'm going to do one at a time just to be sure. Kind of looks like brownie max. Okay, get all that nice and combined. I think that's pretty good. You can definitely see the consistency changing. Okay, let me scrape off the sides. All right. Mixing this a little bit. And then we're going to take this and we're going to put it on the heat, keep it warm while we do our egg whites. Egg whites. Pretty sure I know what I'm doing, but just because I want to do everything right on this one. Alright, so all of that onto the egg whites. Where are, oh, right in front of my face. Egg whites. It does say whisk the egg whites and the cream of tartar, so you're going to just go ahead and put that right in. That's just a stabilizer. There we go. That's not coming out. Because that was double, that was 2 pinches. I don't know what one to put it on. Between that one and that one seemed like such a big difference.
Well, you want it on high, or at least you want it at least that fast, or else it ain't gonna do anything.
Okay, so when the mixture begins to thicken, you're going to start putting in sugar. I don't think your motor likes that speed.
I don't think it does. Take it down one.
Alright, so we got it getting just a little thick. We're going to start adding the sugar. About a third of the time it said. And just give it a few seconds and start adding more. Now you just let them whip. And we recommend soft peaks, but which is about the consistency of shaving cream. But we're gonna go a little bit firmer than that, so we have some give in case I overput it. So, and not too much air out.
And then when you get rich from these videos, you can buy me a new KitchenAid.
Huh?
When you get rich from these videos, you can buy me a new KitchenAid.
Okay. Alright, so you got your chocolate mixture, you got your egg whites, which like I said, I went ahead and did stiff peaks because I may end up beating too much out of it, I don't know. You're going to take less than half of it, so I'd say that's less than half, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Put it in there and just mix it in.
You can get the chocolate off of that.
So at this point, it's okay to actually get the air out of it because you're mixing. You're just kind of lightening up the chocolate mixture, make it a little easier to fold. Okay, so that's kind of nice and lightened up, as you can see, because we got them egg whites in there. Now, once I got that smooth, we're going to take the rest of the egg whites and fold them in. I don't know if I should do that in batches or all at once.
I didn't say.
I'm going to try it all at once. You know, I like to make sure I get all of it.
Very carefully.
You're just going to fold it gently until there's no white streaks remaining. Like, okay, the white streaks can get out of it now.
They're about gone.
Just about. There's still some that's not mixed quite right. Starting to look at about the right consistency, as I would think. What do you think?
I think so.
Okay, so I think we've got it about where we need to be. Just kind of trying to scrape the sides now. Now we need to portion it into our ramekins. But you don't want to go all the way up. If you can see on this one here, I don't know if it's on the camera or not, there's like a little ridge there. That's about how far you want to fill it.
You're going to be getting a couple citations today. The first one's going to be for the no headlights, the brake light.
Oh, a spoon.
You said you like
Maybe. I guess spatulas weren't really made for spooning. That's what spoons are for. It kind of doesn't look like... Kind of looks like this is more than I need for that.
amount would normally be. If you got this much on you, it's always going to be a felony amount. Can't write a citation for that amount. That's a lot of weed.
DUIs are a passion for me. I lost a friend of mine to a suspected DUI driver, and feel like it'd be a good service for her just to target veterans and pull over people for DUIs and do her kind of a good service just in her memory.
Trying to get it down and spread it out a tiny bit, which we can do after the fact if necessary. I think this is more than 4.
I think so too.
Alright, so putting them on our lined baking sheet. I'm going to put them in the oven. It said about 12 to 15 minutes, but you want to keep an eye on them. They should rise up, and the tops of them should go a little bit of a matte finish. Wow. Pretty sure it's hot. Oh, neat. It's like eating a cloud, a chocolate cloud. That is yummy. I made souffle. And now you can make souffle because that recipe worked really well and honestly wasn't that hard. I was a little scared to do it because everybody says it's like the hardest dessert ever, but that turned out fantastic. So that's going to be all for now. We're going to go eat these. So you are supposed to eat them pretty much straight out of the oven. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to try. Have you ever had a souffle or a chocolate souffle or whatever kind of souffle you've had or you've made? And until next time, this is Evil Black Cat wishing you love, luck, and legendaries. Later.